Meghan has managed to alienate a lot of her former friends. She does something which is very distressing for people. She actually sort of just cuts them dead, and ghosting it's called, but to me it's just called cutting them dead and not wanting to see them anymore. And if they upset her, that's what she does. And it's very difficult to deal with somebody like that. And I think that people are just fed up with Meghan. This is what this girl Lizzie Cundy, who was also at the event the other night, and they both had red dresses, and of course Lizzie Cundy looked a lot better than Meghan did in hers. But that is not the point. The point is that people are starting to be actually, speak out about being unhappy with the way that Meghan is, providing them with whatever they want. She was all smiles at one stage, and now it just looks different and it doesn't look real. But yeah. I'm saying this, she still has a huge fan base. But certainly was interesting that Lizzie said she's not popular in Hollywood anymore. It's the first, there's a few people are speaking out now against her and saying that neither Meghan or Harry are popular in Hollywood. Meghan's appearance at the Children's Hospital, I watched the video and it did look very much as though she was just posing for the camera. She didn't look like she was really involved in what she was doing. It was just a matter of smiling at the right time. And she wore a bright Caroline Herrera dress, which she'd had altered from before. And her hair was slightly different. And she kind of looked as if she was, striking out on her own in a purposeful way. But if she only ever stayed for the pictures, which apparently she did, that is actually, that's counterproductive, because she's already got some bad publicity for just appearing and smiling and then disappearing. And that's from people that were actually physically there. Meghan is probably, it was probably a long-term commitment, and she wants to remind people that she is still around, although at the moment, Harry is getting all the good publicity and Meghan is getting all the negative publicity. So, there was an article, a couple of weeks ago now in the Hollywood Reporter, which really, dissed her and said that she was impossible to deal with. So it's a sort of counter hit back at that, because in America, PR works the way that somebody could be unpleasant and you have to hit back. In this country, we're inclined just to leave it and it'll die down, which it usually does, but there it keeps going. So I feel that Meghan's appearances seem a little forced, but that may be just because that's how we see it. It may not be the case, but it does look a little forced. Whereas Harry looks like he's having some good old-fashioned fun. While also, he did very well in London at the Well Child Awards, and gave, he's very good at giving speeches, Harry. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't write them for one moment, but he does deliver them very well, and they go down well. And then he went to Lesotho, where he started his first children's charity, Senthably, and I think he first went there when he was only 16. So that is really something that's close to his heart. So I feel that they're both going slightly different ways to see if it works. They've tried it together and it didn't work so well, so they're doing it separately to see how well it works. And then Harry puts a little tomfoolery into it as well by going into this house of horror, on this televised house of horror, and he doesn't mind doing things like that, and he never did. So that's the old Harry, and the philanthropic thing is also the old Harry. So I'm not quite sure where that leaves Meghan, but it seems to me that, and it probably seems to most other people, that they're better when they do things separately.